Are you ready to secure your golden years? Wondering how to pave the path towards a blissful retirement? Well, folks, let me ask you this first. What's your investment game plan? I know some of you are not so sure where to put their money towards retirement, but fret not, folks, because we will talk about it for today's video with the help of none other than Warren Buffett.
Nice.
To those who don't know, Warren Buffett is considered a legendary figure in the world of finance. Buffett is renowned for his exceptional investment prowess and wealth-building strategies, with his down-to-earth demeanor and a knack for turning investments into gold. Warren Buffett has become a revered figure in the investment realm. So, according to him, the best way to prepare for retirement is to consistently buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund.
I think it's the same thing that makes most sense practically all of the time, and that is to consistently buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund.
To understand better what he means, let's break down terms first, shall we? First off, what is S&P 500? Think of the S&P 500 as a giant blender that takes these 500 companies, throws them in, and blends them all up to create one tasty financial smoothie. This smoothie, or index, serves as a benchmark for the overall performance of the US stock market. It's like a measuring stick, showing us how well the market as a whole is doing. Now, you might be wondering, why 500? Why not 100 or 1,000? Well, 500 companies is a sweet spot that offers a diverse snapshot of the market. These companies come from various industries, including technology, healthcare, finance, consumer goods, and more. They range from household names like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon to lesser-known but equally influential companies. So, in a way, the S&P 500 is like a celebrity party where you have a mix of superstars and rising talents all in one place. To understand how the S&P 500 works, let's imagine a delicious pizza. Each company in the index represents a tasty slice, and the size of the slice is determined by the company's market value. The bigger the company's market value, the larger the slice of pizza it gets in the index.
Pizza time.
So if Apple has a market value that's larger than the moon, which it probably does, it would get a hefty portion of the pizza. Now, here's where things get interesting. The S&P 500 isn't just a static photo. It's like a living, breathing entity. It's like an Instagram feed that gets updated every millisecond. The weight of each company's slice in the index changes based on its market value. If a company's stock price goes up, its slice gets bigger. If it goes down, its slice shrinks. So the S&P 500 constantly adjusts and reflects the changing fortunes of these 500 companies. Okay, enough with the pizza and Instagram analogies. Let's talk about why the S&P 500 matters. As an investor, the index gives you a way to gauge the overall performance of the US stock market. It's like having a weather report for stocks. When the S&P 500 is climbing higher, it's a sunny day for investors. When it's plummeting, well, grab your umbrella because a storm might be coming. But here's the thing. You can't invest directly in the S&P 500 itself. You can't just call up your broker and say, "Hey, I want to buy some S&P 500, please." Instead, you have a few options. One popular method is to invest in index funds or exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, that track the S&P 500. These funds are like a buffet that gives you a taste of all 500 companies in the index, so you get a well-rounded portfolio without the hassle of individually buying all those stocks. So basically, that is what an S&P 500 is. Now, moving on with what Warren Buffett has said, why do we need to keep buying S&P 500 low-cost index funds through thick and thin?
An S&P 500 low-cost index fund. Keep buying it through thick and thin, and especially through thin.
Warren Buffett is a firm believer that high fees eat into your returns, like a greedy food thief sneaking away with your hard-earned money. By opting for low-cost S&P 500 index funds, you keep more of your investment gains for yourself. It's like enjoying a hearty meal without burning a hole in your wallet. Truly a win-win situation. But why does Warren Buffett emphasize the through thick and thin part? Well, investing in the stock market can sometimes feel like a roller coaster ride. Picture yourself strapped in, soaring to the highest highs and plummeting to the lowest lows. It's exhilarating, nerve-wracking, and occasionally a bit queasy. However, history has shown that over the long term, the stock market has consistently trended upwards. Sure, there may be bumps along the way, a recession here, a market correction there, but staying the course and remaining invested through it all can pay off handsomely. Retirement is like reaching the finish line of a marathon, a time to sit back, relax, and savor the fruits of your labor. Warren Buffett's advice to keep buying low-cost S&P 500 index funds is like training for that marathon. It's about building a strong financial foundation that will support you in your golden years. By consistently investing in the S&P 500, you're harnessing the power of compound interest, letting your money grow and multiply over time. And as far as investment is concerned, specifically investing in low-cost index funds, Warren Buffett really wants to recognize Jack Bogle for this matter.
Why did you want to recognize Jack Bogle?
I think Jack Bogle has done more for American investors than any other person connected with Wall Street or the investment process, because he, with a number of other people, he came up with the idea of the index fund. He wasn't the sole thinker behind it, but he was the guy that implemented it and crusaded for it. But now there's trillions of dollars in low-cost index funds.
Just a bit of a backgrounder. Jack Bogle is the founder of the Vanguard Group. He was a visionary in the world of investing, often referred to as the father of index funds. Warren Buffett admired him so much because he implemented and crusaded for low-cost index funds. Bogle believed that most actively managed funds failed to consistently outperform the market over the long term, and their high fees eroded investor returns. By introducing low-cost index funds, he provided a viable alternative that delivered broad market exposure with minimal expenses. However, there are critics of Warren and Jack's ideologies arguing that by investing in broad market index funds, you are essentially settling for average market returns. While this strategy may offer stability and consistency, it might not generate the significant gains that can be achieved through active stock picking or concentrated investments in high-potential sectors or individual companies. In other words, you might miss out on opportunities for substantial growth and higher returns. Also, while index funds are often promoted as a long-term investment strategy, they are not immune to market volatility and downturns. During bear markets or significant market corrections, index funds will experience declines along with the overall market. Critics argue that relying solely on index funds leaves investors exposed to the full extent of market downturns without the potential for active management or hedging strategies to mitigate losses. So where do all these arguments point out? Folks, it just means that while we embrace the lessons from investing legends like Warren Buffett and Jack Bogle towards retirement plans, we should also understand the limitations of low-cost index funds and consider alternative strategies that align with your risk tolerance and aspirations. So, fellow investors, it's time to make your sound decisions. What do you think about this topic? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Finance Zoom channel. I'll see you in the next video.